Thank you for watching. It's been a while that I've posted a video. I really have no good reason why it took me so long. It was more like I was thinking about a subject, and I really actually wanted to make a video about the misogyny in the Jehovah's Witness organization. But I did some research on that topic, and I came upon some articles about how women should behave and what actually the culture is. I really didn't have this much experience with misogyny, to be honest. Although I've heard a lot of stories from ex-Jehovah's Witness women who encountered and experienced actually a lot of misogyny in their Jehovah's Witness days as a Jehovah's Witness sister. There was actually only one situation where I really felt the misogyny being a thing. I'm really happy I didn't encounter it more often. But I was actually on my way to become a unbaptized publisher, and I was at this friend's house, or actually more at this couple's house, where I went very often because they didn't have any kids, and I spent a lot of time there. And I guess they were studying with me as well from a certain publication. I really don't know anymore. We actually got this visit from a circuit overseer, and I really don't know if the goal was to talk with me on the subject of being baptized or whatever, or they just had him over for tea or dinner. I can't remember anymore. But I must have been 17, 18 years old. I guess we talked about, I really don't know, some baptism questions maybe? I guess I blocked it all out of my mind because it's too cringy, right, to even remember that kind of stuff. And I remember me saying that I didn't agree with the headship arrangement because it didn't make any sense to me. Like, why is a man better than a woman? Why should a man have any authority over a woman? I mean, in a marriage, both male and female are equal, right? But in a Jehovah's Witness culture, it's not that way, really. Because when you have a husband and he makes a certain decision, you have to support this decision, whether you're agreeing with that or not. So it's kind of, women have to be submissive to their husbands, and the husband has the last say on certain decisions. And also, women don't have any privileges in the congregation. So that's what I want to talk about today. And like with many other things I talked about, it was not really that I noticed this stuff while being in the organization, but now I think about it, it doesn't make any sense, and it's like ridiculous. I don't know who is watching these videos, but if you are or were a Jehovah's Witness, you know that in the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses, you can have different kinds of titles, really. And these titles are mostly reserved for men, and women cannot do a lot, really. For example, as a woman, you can be just a baptized publisher. And actually what you can be is an elder's wife, but that's not really a formal title, although you get some kind of, not authority, but kind of a reputation because you're an elder's wife, and it doesn't make any sense. But you also have the auxiliary pioneers, regular pioneers, special pioneers, and I don't know if the people that go abroad to go preach, I don't know if they are pioneers necessarily. So that's actually the only title you can get, just publisher or pioneer or something like that. And women can also do some parts in the theocratical ministry school, and not like parts like men do, but they can do these reenactments actually, where they act as a publisher or as the householder where they actually reenact this situation. But as a male, you can have different privileges, and privileges is also this kind of strange word, like the strange cult word. In normal human language, privileges mean certain things you get to do when you're in an exceptional position. In the normal world, when you talk about privilege, you can say in the Western world, we're really privileged to have modern medicine. We have internet, we have electricity, and actually we're kind of privileged in that way, because a lot of people in third world countries don't have that stuff. And then you make a comparison between different cultures, between different parts of the world. But when you talk about privileges in the Jehovah's Witness community, these privileges don't hide there. Oh, she just want to get some attention here. When you talk about privilege in the Jehovah's Witness community, you talk about stuff that don't make any sense to non-Jehovah's Witnesses, actually. So let's talk about a couple of these privileges. And as a woman, as I've already said, you don't really have privileges. But the only ones that actually can get privileges are men. So if you want to have a privilege, you need to have a penis. That's actually the thing. And these privileges are only available for you actually if you're in good standing. So you can't be someone who's kind of slacking in the ministry. You can't be someone who's viewed as bad association. You have to be an upstanding Jehovah's Witness, in good standing, and you have to have a good reputation. Then you can get privileges. And sometimes you get asked to get involved in these privileges, and sometimes you can reach out, as they say in the literature, to get these privileges. So what are these privileges? Well, you have during the meetings, during the Watchtower study or the theocratical ministry school, you have these question and answer segments actually. So the Watchtower study is reading an article from Watchtower, and each paragraph has these questions that the rank and file Jehovah's Witnesses are going to regurgitate actually and answer in a correct way. Because the Watchtower study is not really a study, is it? Studying means researching from different books, from different media, from different kinds of literature. And studying for Jehovah's Witnesses means reading the Bible, but also reading a lot of Jehovah's Witness literature. So everything that you can study from is actually Watchtower made. So when you study the Watchtower article, there are these questions and answers, and someone has to walk in the Kingdom Hall with this microphone. And sometimes it's this regular microphone with a wire, but in our Kingdom Hall we had this very long stick. It's like this, I don't know, it's even longer than a broomstick. It's like this huge stick with a microphone on top, so the brother can just hold the microphone like that, and the person that is sitting all the way right or all the way left, they can easily answer the question, and the microphone doesn't have to be passed around. Someone who sat by the audio thing, who managed the sound and who played the songs, the Kingdom Melody songs that were to be sang during the meetings, that brother also had a privilege. Also, you had the brother that was at the literature counter. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, really, because a lot of stuff is now online and people look it up on their app or tablet or whatever. But in my time, there was still a literature counter, and once a month or once a week or once every 2 weeks, I guess, you went to a literature counter to get your Awake and Watchtower magazines for that month. and sometimes there were new publications available, so you got your own copy at the literature counter. And you just couldn't get something from the, from the counter, or just pick it yourself, just take it out yourself. You had to ask a brother who was standing there at the literature counter. Why is walking with a microphone a privilege? Why do you have to be good standing to be walking around with a microphone? And also doing the audio during the meetings. Why is that a privilege? I mean, I can organize some party and invite over all my friends and be the DJ for the night. That's not a privilege, right? I mean, if you're very good at it, then good for you. But it's not a privilege in any way, shape, or form. Handing out the books and the literature and maybe writing down who took how many watchtowers away, whatever. How is that a privilege? I mean, I can work at a library and do the same. That's not a privilege at all. At least I would get paid, so that would be great. And also the brothers who adjust the microphone thingy for the brother who has to talk before the watchtower study has to be a ministerial servant. And that's also a privilege, but it's not a privilege to adjust a microphone for someone. They can do that themselves. So they actually put over-exaggerated importance on like trivial stuff. I mean, of course, someone has to do that. Someone has to handle a microphone. That's more convenient, I guess. And it's better that there's someone at the literature counter than people just getting the literature and taking whatever they want. Of course, it's okay. That is kind of, it has to be managed. Or someone has to do the audio or whatever. But I don't understand why it's called a privilege. And when you do bad stuff, or you get reproved, or disfellowshipped, or you do some stuff that make you bad association, or whatever, if you do something bad, then you can get stripped of your privileges. So they make it seem very horrible that you cannot walk with a microphone anymore. It's like beyond me. Why is this stuff called privilege? I mean, it's all free labor. You don't get paid anything, not even a symbolical amount of money, not even gas money. Back in the days, it was also kind of a privilege to be in the convention drama, because now we have these movies as a drama. But back in the days, we had like real people acting, like as in a theater show, but with the biblical outfits and that kind of stuff. You had to be a baptized person to do that, and also you had to be in good standing, I guess, because I knew some people who were in the drama, and you cannot be just a random teenager, or just go up there with a group of teenagers and be like, yes, brothers, we would like to volunteer in this play because it's really cool and we'd like to have this experience. No, you have to be baptized, or else you won't be up there in the drama. So that was also considered a privilege, I guess. So yeah, that's actually what I want to say about privileges. Maybe you had your own experience with these privileges, or your privileges being taken away for some stupid reason or another. Let me know. I like to hear about it. For now, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I see you in the next video. Bye all.